Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
ISUPK presents the 54th annual Feast of Unleavened Bread. Last year we did it big. This year is going to be way big. More brotherhood, more sisterhood, more UPK. On Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, we're going to be at 421 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Sheraton Raleigh Hotel Ballroom. We're calling all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come join us.
Your third eye peephole, line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch a cheat code.
For more information, call 919-697-8257. Call 919-697-8257.
Most High in Christ, clap it up, clap it up. Welcome to another episode of Actually the Prophets, brothers and sisters. Give me 1 second. Welcome to another episode. Listen, man, I want to give a shout out to Tennessee, you know what I'm saying, for hosting the ISUPK, man. We went down there and got it in with the brothers, man, and got this brotherhood up strong, this sisterhood, man. The water, the Commander General Yohana for hosting it and bringing us down. The water for the new Captain Thara. Congratulations again, mighty man. Congratulations to him and the Shock and all the team in Tennessee and all the surrounding cities and camps that supported Tennessee and putting together that weekend event. The water to all the sisters, man, and put it down. The Shock's rib, Nadia, and all the sisters that rolled and put the grub together for all the brothers and sisters, fed the babies, fed everybody, man. It was a wonderful weekend, man. We got it in. Of course, Commander General Yohana ripped it up at the camp Friday, you understand? Made Esau say out his own mouth that he's a racist right after he said he's not a racist, you understand? Thursday before that, General Hyman did it up like he normally does at the scripture breakdown class. We got it in. Brothers went down and merged on the whiskey tour, the Tennessee, that Jack Daniels tour on Sunday. They got it in down there in Tennessee, man. Two passenger vans full went down there and got it in, man. So it was a good weekend for all the brothers, man, and the sisters, man. And of course, the sisters had a brunch. They did little things together, man. It's a beautiful thing. You understand? Brothers went out to the club. Brothers and sisters, rather, went out to the club, enjoyed themselves. It was off the hook, man. It was off the hook. So today I got a lot of topics to go into. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much I'm going to get done, but I'm going to try to get done as much as I can. First, I know it's the Day of Atonement. We all getting it in, fasting, you understand? No food, no drink. You understand? I wanted to go into that. Let's start with that. Give me Leviticus 23 and 27. Day of Atonement, which in the Hebrew is Yom Kippur. You understand? It's a time of repentance. You understand? Any mistakes you might have made, you know what I mean? Any things you got harboring in you that you want to get out, you pray to the Lord, man, and ask him to give you strength, to overcome them things, and then you actively try to overcome them things. You understand? Any ill will you got with any brother, any sister, this is fix it, man. Fix it. You're supposed to have been fixed it, but hey, we here the Day of Atonement now. You fix it now. Fix it before the eyes of the Most High. You understand? Fix it. Now we got our slave master out here, the so-called Jewish man. He's celebrating Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur. That's the Yiddish pronunciation of our ancient Hebrew Yom Kippurim. They call it Yom Kippur. And before we go to that, before we go to the scripture, give me that story on Yom Kippur. What is Yom Kippur? The Jewish people. You understand? You're gonna see that they totally different from us. You understand? And they don't follow the orders of the Most High. You understand? Let me know when you get it.
Khan, pulling up now, sir.
Khan.
Got it, sir.
No problem.
This is what is Yom Kippur and how is it celebrated?
Right. This is how Jewish people, when they steal our culture, rename it Yom Kippur, and then this is how they celebrate it. Go ahead.
Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, is known as the holiest day of the Jewish year.
Okay, so according to them, that's their holiest day. Go ahead.
Leading up to and on that day, Jews traditionally ask for forgiveness for our wrongdoings from God and from our fellow human beings.
So again, when they say Jews, it's talking about the imposter, Jewish people. Jewish people, they ask for repentance from God, from their God, and from the people around them. Go ahead.
Jews strive to transcend our physical bodies on Yom Kippur.
So they try to be spiritual. I don't know when the white man thought he was spiritual, but they try to become spiritual. They try to transcend their physical bodies and tap into the spirit. Go ahead, which is of Satan when it comes to them. Go ahead.
So that we can focus on our souls. Therefore, traditionally, Jews fast on Yom Kippur, refraining from both food and drink for the entire 25 hours of the holiday.
So Jewish people, they say they fast for 25 hours, no food or drink. I don't know. So one of y'all could maybe elaborate or explain the 25th hour. I don't know. Read.
It is also traditional to refrain from other earthly pleasures.
Listen to this. Now, when they're fasting and not eating, they're also supposed to refrain from other earthly pleasures. Go ahead.
Such as bathing.
Such as what?
Bathing.
Such as bathing. Jewish people ain't even supposed to wash their ass on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur. They ain't even supposed to wash, man. Now, where does that come from, man? All throughout the Bible, the real Jews, us, Israelites, Hispanics, Negroes, Native American Indians, we always had a law to be clean. You understand? We wasn't, we didn't have a tradition to walk around stinking, you understand, and being filthy. Part of their custom of celebrating their Yom Kippur is to be dirty, not even bathe. Go ahead.
And wearing leather shoes.
And wearing leather shoes. Now that, of course, that's man-made mess. The Most High ain't never say you can't wear leather shoes. He never stipulated what kind of shoes you wear. Like there's something just man-made. Jewish people make up, like all religion. Like all religion. Jewish people stole our culture and saw our laws and commandments from our God, and they just changed it to fit them. You understand? They made it into something they could do, and they added it to whatever mess they wanted, like not bathing, not wearing leather shoes. I guess you can't cook nothing. I don't know. Who the hell knows? I know Jewish people, they don't like to go to the 13th floor. They get on elevators supposedly and can't. They don't push the buttons when it's there the Sabbath. according to them. They don't push no buttons. They let other people get on with them and push the buttons. You understand? They got a lot of weird traditions. You understand? And that's what a lot of you Christian Israelites, that's where you go off at, because you tap into them and get all up into their world and how they do things. And now you think you can't make yourself a meal on the Sabbath. You understand? Now you think you can't do anything that you enjoy on the Sabbath. You understand? When Christ already broke that down in the scriptures. Yahweh Shai, we teach that all the time. So not to divert, let's go to Leviticus. Let's go to the scripture. Let's go to the Torah, the Bible, to see Leviticus 23 and 27.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 27. Also, on the 10th day of this 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement.
Which started last night. You understand? 10 days ago, the first day of this month was the memorial blowing of trumpets. And now last night began the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, and it ends tonight. We don't eat no food, no water, nothing until tonight, sundown. You understand? And just imagine, out of all the people on this planet, is a very few of us is actually doing what the Most High said and obeying him. You understand? And that is a wonderful thing. You understand? Because the scriptures say in the Apocrypha, the things that are pleasing unto the Most High were made known unto us. The world don't understand what the Most High wants and what he loves. But the Lord then showed us, like our King Christ said, Yahweh Shai said, I'm going to raise up the prophets in the last days, man. And been taught, and we learn these scriptures from prophets, man. And Commander Johnny Yohana fought through hell and high water to keep this truth on this earth, man, until our King returns. And so we understand how the Most High wants things and what he wants. You understand? And the scriptures say on Sabbaths, on high holy days like this, you're to do no servile work. You understand? When it talks about work, it's talking about working for other people, for their pleasure, making them rich. They're supposed to give you the day off. They're supposed to give you the day off, you understand? And if they don't give you the day off, you're not the one who's sinning, they are. They're the ones who sin it, because they are breaking the Sabbath by requiring you to do servile work, you understand? But once again, you Christian Israelites, you follow Jewish people. You follow Jewish traditions. You follow Judaism. You understand? That's your religion. You understand? Go ahead, read the scripture.
Okay. It shall be an holy convocation unto you. And ye shall afflict your souls.
You shall do what?
Afflict your souls.
First, the Lord said it's a holy convocation, which the brothers had one last night in all of our schools. It's a gathering, a holy gathering. Holy meaning separate, because we wasn't mixed together with white people. We wasn't mixed together with Chinese. We wasn't mixed together with Japanese or the Russians or the Australians. We sat amongst each other, man. It was a holy conversation. Holy means separate from others, man. Like the Lord commanded us to be separate from these people. It means different. We ain't like everybody else trying to unite all the races, trying to come together with all the races and all people. No, that ain't holy. A holy convocation is when we separate ourselves amongst each other as the children of God and nobody else, man. So we had a holy convocation, and the Lord said, ye shall afflict your souls. Go ahead.
An offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So now you afflict your souls, which I'm going to get to. Let's get that. Isaiah Salaki. Before we move on, I'm gonna go into what afflict your soul is. But read after afflict your soul again.
An offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Right. Now, what offering are we to offer the Most High now? What's that offering we supposed to make to the Most High? Huh? A turtle dove, or the best of your bullocks? Well, our offering now is following Christ, following our King, following our King, man. That's our offering now. Now you fast, you understand, which I'm going to show you. That's what afflict your soul is. And then the offering you offer the Most High is showing him that you are perfect ambassador for him and Yahweh Shai. No man cometh unto the Father but through Yahweh Shai. So our sacrifice is forgetting about the things we want to do or the things we used to do and the things that please us all the time. We got to do things that our King Yahushua would approve of, man. You understand? I will prove that my voice coming in distorted. Let me know, Cap. If everybody give me a 1 if the voice ain't good. If I'm coming in distorted, let me know. I'll try to reset the microphone. Give me some 1s. How y'all hearing me? Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Let me know. Let me know. Right, Azad. They don't eat cheeseburgers. They don't eat cheeseburgers. They say you got to buy bolognas. Kana said it's Tawab now. Are you saying it's good, a cat? My required. I'm good with the 1s. If I'm not good, give me some 2s. Give me some 2s if I'm not good. All right, brother saying it's Tawab, not distorted. All right, no problem. Tawada. So the Lord said, read the last line again, Salakia.
And offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So our offering now, once again, is following our great and mighty King, the greatest man who ever walked this earth. He was the last sacrifice. He's all the sacrifice we need also. Isaiah 58:3.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 3.
And I'm going to hop back and read one more verse from Leviticus when we've done this. Go ahead.
Wherefore have we fasted?
Uh-huh.
Say they, and thou seest not.
Right.
Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge?
Like the Lord saying, where have y'all fasted, man? This was Ezra saying. Isaiah. He's saying, wherefore have we fasted, man? And thou not seest not. Wherefore have we afflicted our soul? Showing you the fasting, that's what afflicting your soul is. And the Lord said, and thou takest no knowledge, meaning Israel would fast and do these things, but still go to hell off. You understand? What we did plenty of times in the past, man, is how we ended up in America. And the Lord, through the prophet, is asking a question, man. Where have y'all fasted? You understand? Where have you afflicted your souls, but yet you take no knowledge? Go ahead.
Behold, in the day of your fast, ye find pleasure.
Uh-huh.
And exact all your labors.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. Behold, you fast for strife and debate.
Right. You fast, but you still full of strife and debate. You ain't getting along with your brothers, man. You're not obeying the Most High. You're not loving each other like you're supposed to, even though you fasting. That's not how we're supposed to operate. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. And to smite with the fist of wickedness.
Right. You smite with the fist of wickedness. So that's all I need from that. Go back to Leviticus 23, read the 31st verse. You understand? Okay. So when you fast, we used to fast and afflict our souls, but still walk around, with demons on us, man. Still walk around, being wicked, hurting each other and having an animosity toward each other. This is the time, man, where you make amends, man. You show the Most High, you repenting, and you following Christ. You in this truth. You loyal. You dedicated. You understand? And the Most High said, if you say you love your brother, if you say you love him and don't love your brother, you a damn liar. So that's first and foremost. You fix it with your brother and your sister, man. You atone for that. You make up for that, and you make it right with them, and you gain your brother and you gain your sister. If they holding on to aught and it can't be fixed, then you know what to do. Our King said, go to council, man. Set up the council, 2 or 3 witnesses. You understand? Do what you're supposed to do. But at the end of this, man, everything's supposed to be good. And while you fasting and praying, you denying your flesh, so your spirit becomes stronger. Your spirit becomes stronger. You understand? You pray to the Most High during this Day of Atonement. Ask him to bless the schools, man. Open up more schools. Hell, don't forget to bless him, to ask him to destroy our enemies and take us the hell out of America. Everybody should be screaming for that. To bless our families, man, and bless these camps. You understand? Bless all the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the students, all the sisters, man. Bless everything that we do and destroy our enemies who try to stop us from broadcasting his word or delivering his word on these streets or running these schools or following him. Let the Most High rain hell and fury down on any opposition. against the truth, man. We got to be praying for these things, man. Well, I mean, listen, let's get out of here, man. Let's show the Lord that we sorry, that we don't want this no more. You got a ton of Christian Israelites talking about how y'all going fast, man. We ain't in Jerusalem. We ain't in Jerusalem. We ain't even built the new temple yet, but we got to build the temple first. We ain't supposed to be celebrating Passover. Read the 31st verse of Leviticus 23.
Okay. This is the book of
30 first. Read 30.
Okay. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 30.
Slocking. 31 is good. I think 31 is fine. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work.
Talking about working for others, servile work, like he break down all in the scriptures. Servile work, working to make another man rich, working to profit for another man. The Sabbath was made for us, man. That's what Christ said. You understand? So we do the things we enjoy. You want to wash that car? Hell yeah, you can wash your car. That's what you like to do. You want to work on your car, fix that engine up, tune him up. That's what you like to do. Do it. Do it. But now going into the workplace and fixing the cars of your boss's customers, that we're not supposed to do. And if he make you do it, that's his fault. He's the sinner. You understand? That's what the Sabbath is about. You understand? That's what the work is about. Read.
Okay. It shall be a statute for you. No, it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations.
It shall be a statute, a law, this commandment celebrating the Day of Atonement, Passover, all these high holy days. They are to be statutes. It said when? After statute?
Okay. Forever.
Forever. Forever. So when did that stop? It ain't never stopped. It shall be a statute forever. Go ahead.
Throughout your generations.
Throughout your generations, meaning it don't stop with our kids or their kids. It keep going. It didn't end with our forefathers. The Lord said throughout all of our generations. Go ahead.
And all your dwellings.
Read that again.
And all your dwellings.
In all of your dwellings. We ain't got to be in Jerusalem. We dwelling in hell right now, in slavery in America. You understand? And we still going to celebrate these statutes and these high holy days and these laws and commandments to the best of our ability, man. To the best of our ability in all of our dwellings, man. Day of Atonement started last night. No food, no drink. From last night until tonight, sundown. You understand? 24 hours. That's the law. That's the statute. You understand? And it don't stop just because we were kicked out of our motherland. You understand?
Right.
Go read now. Go to Matthew 17. No. Go to Matthew 17 and 14.
Okay.
You understand? Listen, fasting has power, man. Fasting is powerful. Once again, to deny your flesh, to deny your carnality makes you stronger spiritually. You understand? I know brothers that said they didn't fast it for days, man, and told stories of what the Lord let them see in them days. And it's amazing, to hear them stories, man. I ain't never went 3 days, you understand? I'm trying to tackle it one day though. You understand? Hope the Lord don't scare me to death. Don't show me too much. Had to put my spirit back in my body, you know what I'm saying? But that's a goal, man. It's spiritual. And I'm gonna show you how spiritual it was. Matthew 17 and 14.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17, and verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him, and saying, verse 15.
So this Christ and the disciples teaching the people. Go ahead. And one guy came to him. Go ahead.
Have mercy on my son.
And this man asked Christ to have mercy on my son. He loved his son. His son was being afflicted, man. His son was being troubled by Satan. And he knew and believed and heard about all the works Christ did, Yahweh did, and all the healing, and knew that he could help his son. Go ahead.
For he is lunatic.
He is lunatic. He got a demon on him that makes him lunatic. Go ahead, because that's what you see somebody out of their mind or acting like a lunatic, know that there's a demon on them causing this. Go ahead.
And sore vexed.
And sore vexed. Go ahead.
For oft times he falleth into the fire.
He throw himself in the fire, try to burn himself, try to hurt himself and destroy himself. He was full of demons. Go ahead.
And oft into the water.
And a lot of times throw himself in the water, man, trying to drown himself, trying to commit suicide. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him.
And this man took his son to the disciples of Christ, knowing they rolled with him, hearing about all their great works, but the disciples couldn't get rid of this demon off of this sick, lunatic child. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation.
He said, "Oh, faithless and perverse generation." Go ahead.
How long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
Like he was saying that, man, you got to have great faith. You got to have faith, man, and know that this thing can happen to heal this demon here. You understand? And your faith, once again, is shown through your works. You understand? That's how we know you Christians ain't healing nobody. All them fake shows used to heal old people, make them get out their wheelchair. A lot of them people got sicker after that show. They don't tell you about those stories. A lot of them lost their life after they stopped taking their medicines and different things because this Edomite passed it and touched their forehead and healed it. You understand? But in the truth, man, in the truth, your works in this truth and how you roll in the ISUPK, that shows your faith, man. Right. You understand? And Yahushua was telling them, checking them. Oh, faithless and perverse generation, man. How long shall I be with you? Meaning I ain't going to be with you forever, man. Get your faith up. Read.
Okay. Verse 18. And Jesus rebuked the devil. And he departed out of him.
So he checked this demon, man. He checked the demons and the demon left out of him, man. The lunatic demon left out of him. Go ahead.
And the child was cured from that very hour.
And the child was good after that. He was in his right mind. He wasn't lunatic no more. He wasn't throwing himself in the fire or the water anymore, trying to destroy himself. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out?
He said, Lord, we believe in you and we follow you. We thought we had the faith, you understand? But why couldn't we get rid of that lunatic demon? Go ahead.
Verse 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. And nothing shall be impossible unto you.
So if you have faith, man, if you believe in this work and you really, really believe in it, man, you know, you could do anything. You could move mountains, man. Nothing shall be impossible to you. Go ahead.
Verse 21. Howbeit.
He said, howbeit, meaning even still. Like you can do anything if you got faith, man, because the Most High will be with you. And the things you want, the Lord said, the things that we bind on this earth, he binds in heaven. Just like Moses. Moses lift that stick up. Moses ain't have no special power. He just had faith in the Lord. Right. And he lifted up that staff and told the sea to part, and the Most High made it part, man. That's how miracles work. That's how miracles work. So he's saying if you had faith, you could move mountains. Howbeit, although, go ahead.
Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but
this kind, the demons that this guy has, they don't go out. Go ahead.
But by prayer.
But by fasting. Prayer and what?
Fasting.
And fasting, man. And fasting. So having faith in being in this work, you understand, you could do a ton of things. You understand? A whole lot of things. Nothing shall be impossible. But there's certain kind of things, you understand. There's certain kind of things where you got to add some fasting and some praying to the Most High. And he'll get rid of them hardcore things that need to be getting rid of. So Christ showed them, man, how you get rid of this type of demon. You understand? How you get rid of this guy. This is why they couldn't get rid of him. Fasting and prayer is strong as hell, man. afflicting your spirit, man, afflicting your soul, and denying your flesh. It's a powerful tool, man. Very powerful. So that's all I want. So everybody, y'all roll on and enjoy this Day of Atonement. Ain't nothing hard, man. Make peace with any brothers you ain't got peace with, any sisters you ain't got peace with. Make atonement for it, man.
Right.
Make atonement for. Let the Most High know, you got faith. You understand? You're not a faithless and perverse person, and you're gonna make it right. If you haven't done it already on this Day of Atonement before the Most High, you're gonna make it right with that brother and sister, man. You understand? We're not animals. We serving to the Most High. You understand? And we got to make it right. We're going to rule a kingdom together, man. If we can't make it right with a brother here, what make you think he going to give you the kingdom? You want to be on them chariots, right? You want to make it the hell out of here. You better show the Most High. You better show him. You understand? Let me get this story. Let me slack you. Where am I going? It's a question. Give me the question from the brother, the first question.
Okay. This is from Officer Thapawan. Salaki General. Shalom General. Salaki, sir, if I may. Can I get a breakdown on Zechariah chapter 8 and verse 23?
No sweat. So let's get that. Let's get Zechariah 8. Let's start at 20.
Okay.
Let's start at 20.
Khan. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
it
shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities.
Right.
Verse 21. And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord.
Right. So it said the Lord said it's going to come to pass, meaning in the future, that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities. Come where? Unto the prophets, unto the men of the Lord, unto the men of God, unto the ISUPK in modern terms. You understand? Go ahead. It said, and the inhabitants of one city shall go to another. The word going to spread. Yo, these brothers got the truth, man. The prophets of the Lord are back. You understand? They shall one city going to go to another city saying what? Let us what?
Let us go speedily to pray before the Lord.
Go ahead.
And to seek the Lord of hosts.
And where do you find that out? You got to find the men of God, man. Because you ain't going to go get the Most High ain't just walking around. You ain't going to roll up to him. You understand? You want to pray before the Lord. You want to seek the Lord of hosts. You got to go to the priests of the Lord, to the men of the Lord. And we live in the ISUPK. You understand? I can't say it enough. So many people are going to come and the word going to spread like it's going on right now. New brothers coming in all the time. Because why? Man, I saw YouTube, man. I saw your video. Oh, man, I watched this class. Oh, man, I know all of y'all just in Tennessee. Brothers and sisters like, man, I know y'all well. I know y'all well. It's just amazing to meet you in person and stand before you in person, man. I watch all of your videos. I watch all this, man. You understand? They come up and it's like they know us already because they've been following us. The word spread. One person from one city going to go to another city and saying, let's go and pray unto the Lord. Read.
I will go also.
Verse
22. Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem.
Right. Many people and strong nations. Of course, you let a Christian read this, they're going to say, see, this is all inclusive. Everybody can come to the Lord. But I'll show you. Go ahead.
And to pray before the Lord.
And pray before the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts.
And this is the brother's question, which ties into the other verses also. Go ahead.
In those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations.
10 men shall take hold out of all languages and nations, man. Meaning there's going to be brothers going to hear the truth, you understand, and come from all walks of life, man, to sit in our classes, man. And hear us, man, and hear the word of the Lord and pray with us. It's happening already. This prophecy is being fulfilled as we speak. Go ahead.
even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew.
Us that's already in the truth. Because once upon a time, you had Israelites in Israel, but then you had other Israelites that was cut off from Israel for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they was cut off from Israel. You understand? And then they wanted to come back now. Now they want to repent and come back. The Lord is saying that time is going to come where they're going to repent and come back to the fold, come back to the truth, come back to their nation. Go ahead.
Saying, we will go with you,
Uh-huh.
for we have heard that God is with you.
Because they're going to hear, man, the Lord is with these brothers, man. The Lord is with Commanding General Yohana.
Right.
And the Lord is rolling with General Muhammad. The Lord is with
Right.
General Mayab, General Hazayan,
Right.
General Shawamar, General Katham. You understand?
Right.
General Kabal. The Lord is with them captains of the ISUPK. Man, them
Right.
officers of the ISUPK, watch your mouth, man. The Lord is with them. Even the sister, the sisters in the ISUPK, the Lord is with them too, man. The Lord is with them too. We work for the man who controls life or death. You understand? Right. And that's why we don't fear death, because fear works for our boss. I mean, and death. Death works for our boss, man. You understand?
Right.
Where we at? You heard God is with you. Go to Acts 2 and 5. What does it mean? Just a Christian won't understand this. A lot of Christian Israelites won't understand that. See, the Lord said 10 men going to take hold out of all languages and nations. Your nation is different races, man. It ain't just talking about Israel. It ain't just talking about Israel. But let's see. Let's see. The Bible said, read a little here, a little precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. The Bible's like a puzzle that you got to put together, man. And the Lord only showed the prophets in these last days how to put this puzzle together, man. Here at one line, this line goes with that line. This line explains this line. This precept with this precept. You understand? So Acts 2 and 5. Go ahead.
Okay. This book of Acts, chapter 2 and verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews.
So now in Jerusalem, there were Jews, right? In Jerusalem with the disciples, there were Jews. Go ahead.
Devout men.
Devout men. They were devoted to the Most High, devoted to our culture, man. Devoted to our culture. You understand? They were, listen, they were part of this cult we in. You understand? ISUPK. Cult leaders. You understand? Read.
Out of every nation under heaven.
But these Jews, these devout men, they were out of every nation under heaven. Now, how could they be a white man and a Jew? How could they be out of the Chinese nation and be a Jew? How could they be out of heathen nations? Because that's what every nation means. They were out of every race, every nation. This don't mean the Lord is accepting all races and all. This just means that the Israelites that were among these other races, they were now coming back home. They were coming because it said they were Jews. And this is Jews by birth. These Jews were out of every nation. Go ahead.
Out of every nation under heaven.
Under heaven. Read.
Verse 6. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded.
Right.
Because that every man heard them speak in his
like when
own
all
language.
These brothers came together from all these different cultures and languages, out of all these different nations, you had Israelites growing up amongst the Greeks, learn how to speak Greek and all that. You had Israelites growing up against the Romans, learn the Italian and all that with that Latin, learned all of that, man. You had Israelites growing up amongst the Persians, the Medes. We knew all those languages, man. The Arabs. You had Israelites growing up amongst Ishmael, knowing their languages, man. But now we coming back home because they were devout. They wanted to come back home and be who they are. You understand? Much like we did in America. We grew up in America, Trinidad, Jamaica. You understand? Some of us grew up in Canada, the UK. You understand? Brazil, Puerto Rico. You understand? Over in Haiti. You understand? A lot of us grew up in all these different places. Belize, South America. You understand? Latin countries. You understand? A lot of us grew up in those places and come from those areas where our parents come from. But now we all sit as one body in the truth, man. We are Jews. We are devout men, and we come out of every nation under heaven, just like what happened in the past, man. And that's what Zechariah is talking about. Zechariah is talking about men coming from all over, man, all different languages and nations, but they're still Israelites. They just coming back home. Read.
Okay. Verse 7. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans?
Right, like they were confounded, meaning they were confused at first, because they hear the disciples teaching. They said, ain't they from Galilee? And why was that? Why was that making them confused? Because they said, these brothers are from Galilee. We from every nation under heaven, different languages and cultures and everything. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And how hear we every man in our own tongue?
They was asking a question. How do we hear these Galileans teaching us and we hear them in our own home language? I'm from Greece. I hear them speaking in Greece. My man over here is he grew up with the Romans speaking Italian. He hear them speaking Italian. This guy grew up under Ishmael. He hear them speaking Arabic. You understand? They was bugged out because when the disciples taught, the Lord gave them cloven tongues, man, cloven languages. When they spoke their language from Galilee, all the people in them, all the different cultures and languages, all those Israelites, they heard them clearly in their home language. That was a miracle from the Most High. You understand? But the point is, all these brothers was from different languages and nations, but they all were Israelites coming back home. Same thing it was talking about in Zechariah. Israelites coming back home. You understand? There was times in the Bible where a day's worth of teaching the disciples, they would gain 1,000 disciples. And that's going to happen, man. That's on our future, man. It's going to be things that happen right here in this hell, man. That the people going to want answers. And when they hear us, we're going to get thousands of people, man, coming in the truth in one day. You understand? Now, during crisis time, those people also left. A lot of them left. Even Lazarus, who he raised from the dead, which is crazy. He raised from the dead, the miracle. Everybody knew Lazarus was dead. You understand? And even in the people, and at the end, Lazarus or the people that knew about that miracle or saw that and witnessed that, they weren't with Christ and the disciples at the end. You understand? They had left the truth. You understand? So the book of Acts is the precept to Zechariah, showing you that these languages, these nations, these 10 men that took hold of these Jews, these were Israelites coming out of other cultures and other walks of life. Once again, we got in those other places because one of the laws in the Bible was if you broke certain laws and committed certain sins, you was cut off from the nation if you wasn't put to death.
Right.
If you missed the Passover, man, you was cut off from the nation. If you did certain things, you was cut off from the nation. You understand? You committed adultery. If the priests ain't kill you, if they didn't find you and kill you, you escaped. Now you growing up in a foreign land now. Having children, your children having children, they still the seed of Israel, but now they growing up learning a whole nother culture. You understand? So this is what happened in the Bible, like we are in America. Listen, if it wasn't for the grace of Christ, hell, none of us would be in the truth. You understand? I didn't miss Passover. I came in the truth. I was around, 22, 23? So that's 21, 22 years of Passovers I missed, man. I'm supposed to be cut off. And damn near all of you then missed Passovers, then committed adultery, then done horrible things where you deserve death. And that's why we thank our King, man. We thank the Most High, even on this Day of Atonement. We thank him for our great and mighty King, man, who died and gave us grace. So now, even though we got different problems and different things, we can now come into the truth. And I'll touch more on that in a minute. Go to, was that it? Read on.
Okay.
What verse you at?
Verse 9.
That's all I need from that. Give me Revelation 7 and 1, Ibad.
Okay.
Revelation 7 and 1.
Okay.
Just more precepts showing you how the Lord, and he promised way back, I think in the book of Ezekiel, he said he's going to take the stick of Judah and he's going to take the stick of Joseph, which was separated. We had the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, man. Our race was separated as punishment. But the Lord prophesied that the day would come where he would take the northern kingdom was one stick and the southern kingdom was the other stick, and bring them back together, man. And bring them back together. And it's been happening, man. All the tribes are coming back together.
Right.
You got it?
Come.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, to the 7th and verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds.
Read that again. I beheld what? Read that again.
Come. And this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. This is the book of Revelations, to the 7th and verse 9.
Slocky, first verse. Start at 1.
Oh, sorry.
No sweat.
This is the book of Revelation, to the 7th and verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth,
right,
holding the 4 winds of the earth.
This is going into the destruction. John had a vision of the destruction of the angels that's holding the destruction of this earth, the destruction of America, the destruction of our enemies, which go hand in hand with our freedom. Go ahead.
That the wind should not blow on the earth.
It wasn't time to destroy the earth yet. Go ahead.
Nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Right. So John, he saw the destruction, but he also saw that it wasn't time for the destruction yet. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And this angel was our king, Yahushua. John had a vision of him in this vision, man. He saw him having the seal of the living God. Go ahead. And that seal is this seal called the shield of David. You understand? Yahushua sits on the throne of David. It tells you that in Luke, the 2nd chapter, I believe. Go ahead. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels. And he cried with a loud voice to these angels. Why? Because Christ is going to be leading this destruction when the Most High give the green light. When the Most High give the green light, our King is leading the armies that's coming to destroy this place, man. And he cried out in this vision. He cried out to the 4 angels. Go ahead. To whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. Verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth. He said, hurt not the earth. It ain't time yet. Go ahead. Neither the sea. Nor the trees. Go ahead. Till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. Don't hurt the earth yet, or the tree. Don't let the destruction rain down on this earth yet. We got to seal the servants of the Most High in their foreheads, man. We got to find Commandant General Yohana. We got to find them ISUPK generals, man. We got to go get Ibad. Hell, we got to go get Sawat. We got to go get, all the brothers and sisters, man. Right. So wap ya Allah, you understand? We got to go get the sisters, man. We got to go get them servants and seal them in their forehead. We got to find Captain Mawaquad, man. Captain Akkad. We got to go get Captain Mashak, man. You understand? We got to go get these brothers, man, and seal them in their forehead before this destruction come. I got to raise up my army on this earth, like Christ said he would. He said in the book of John, in these last days, I shall raise up. He said, I shall lose nothing. He said, but raise them up again at the last day. I'm paraphrasing. That's what he said in the Bible, man. And that's what's going on. Go ahead. Okay. Verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And in this vision, the Lord showed John the number of the ones that were sealed that's going to run this nation, the government of Israel. Go ahead. And there were sealed 144,000. And what does it say sealed? Did it say seal them in their foreheads, right? And Slakia, I missed over that. For anybody who don't know, you're in your forehead, sealing you in your forehead, meaning just getting the truth in your mind. Right. Hearing the ISUPK and learning, getting this knowledge in your brain, in your mind. That's your forehead. And so he heard the number of them that were sealed, the number of brothers that heard this truth, man, and came on in. The number was what? And there were sealed 144,000. 144,000. Go ahead. Of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of all the tribes. There's no other nation, man. So Christ ain't waiting for,
Muslims to get sealed, or Baptists, or non-denominationals, or the gurus and the Africanologists and all the, Kemet and all them. He waiting for 144,000 of the tribes of Israel, man. Of all the tribes of Israel. When you read down, he's telling you 12,000 out of each of the 12 tribes, man. That's all he waiting for before the Most High send him to take down this place, man, and put us back in charge. You understand? Now, is that all? 144,000? That ain't a whole lot of people. No, that ain't all. It's a whole lot of people that's going to make it out of here after the 144,000, with the 144,000. Now go to that 9th verse, Ibad.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, the 7th and verse 9. After this I beheld.
So after that 12,000 out of each of the 12 tribes, which is 144,000, the government of Israel, he beheld. He saw what? Go ahead.
And lo, a great multitude.
A great multitude. Go ahead.
Which no man could number.
Right.
Of all nations.
Of all nations, meaning out of all races, all walks of life. Go ahead.
And kindreds.
And kindreds. Go ahead.
And people.
And people.
And tongues.
And tongues, which are languages, what we just read about in Zechariah and Acts. Israelites speaking all kind of languages, growing up around these other cultures. Go ahead.
Stood before the throne.
And
before the Lamb.
Go ahead.
Clothed with white robes. And palms in their hands.
Showing the purity, man, how they've been forgiven for all their past wrongs. You understand? That's a beautiful thing. So this is millions and millions of people, man, with the 144,000. This is our nation, man. That 1/3 that the Lord said going to survive. We still praying for the 2/3, but he definitely said 1/3, going to make it through this fire and make it on them chariots. You understand? Go to John 7 and 33.
Okay.
John 7 and 33. So that's a beautiful day. You understand? We waiting for it. And so that's, word going to spread, man. All we got to do is keep doing what the Lord said. Lift ye up a banner. I'm on the high mountain, man. Exalt our voice. Make them go into the gate to the nobles, man. Just keep teaching this word. You understand? Keep doing what we do. We ain't got to change. We ain't got to compromise. We ain't got to SQS, I believe the word is called. You understand? Look it up. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm saying it right. I'm trying to sound smart, Ibad. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a SQS, I believe the word is, meaning we ain't got to compromise. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to give up nothing. Just stick to our guns. The format is already set in the Bible, man. Hell, the winner is already declared in the Bible. All we got to do is play the part. All we got to do is read our lines, man. You understand? The winner is already chosen. The loser is chosen. The game is already done and sealed. We know the winner. We know the loser. You understand? All we got to do is play this thing, man.
Right.
And be right. Change our spirit. John 7 and 33, just to further explain how even Israelites understood that these Israelites living amongst these other races and nations and speaking these other languages coming from all walks of life, he understood they were still our people. Read.
This is the book of John, chapter 7 and verse 33. Then said Jesus unto them, yet a little while I am with you.
Christ told them, he told the disciples, listen, I'm only going to be with y'all for a little while longer. Go ahead.
And then I go unto him that sent me.
And then I got a mission, man. I got to go back home to the Father. I got to go to the Father because he the one who sent me. Go ahead.
Verse 34. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me.
And in that time, when I go back to him, you might look for me. You might want me, but you ain't going to be able to find me during that time. Go ahead.
And where I am, thither ye cannot come.
And I can't take you with me. If I could, I would, because I love you. But I can't take you with me on this one. Go ahead.
Verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him?
They was wondering, where's he talking about going? Because once again, they didn't understand everything that Christ said, not right away. So they said, where is he? He talking about going to the Father. They don't understand. They think he talking about taking a trip or something. I'm about to hop on a boat and go take a trip somewhere. They said, where he gonna go that we can't find him? We done been all over this place. We was raised in these lands. Ain't nowhere he can go around here that we can't find him. Read.
Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles?
They said, is he talking about going to the dispersed? Because they knew that Israelites were punished and dispersed among the heathens, amongst the Gentiles, growing up amongst them from ancient days. You understand? They said, what is he? Is he talking about going to the Israelites living amongst the Gentiles, living amongst the heathen? Read.
And teach the Gentiles?
And teach those brothers, those Gentiles, because when you're an Israelite, you growing up amongst Gentiles, you adopt the culture of Gentiles. And the Jews, the Israelites in the Commonwealth, referred to you as a heathen. You see that in the book of Acts with Cornelius and Peter. You understand? Peter normally wouldn't have dealt with Cornelius because he grew up outside of the Commonwealth of Israel. He was considered a heathen. You understand? But after the Lord showed Peter the vision of the unclean foods, and the Lord told him, don't call what I have sanctified common or unclean. And then he met Cornelius. He knew what the Lord was telling him. That this brother, the Lord was sanctifying and cleaning now, bringing him back home. He understood that. You understood? You understand? And so this is what's happening in the book of John. This was happening in Zechariah. You understand? So I'm gonna skip to the next question. Go ahead.
Come on. This is from Captain Napataza. Shalom, sir. Yahweh Shemi al-Shabrakta. In Ezra, the 10th chapter, regarding putting away strange women, was this something Ezra should have allowed?
God. Yahweh Shemi al-Shabrakta, Cap. So let's go into it. Before I give the answer, let's start it. He said what? He said Ezra, the 10th chapter, right? So let's get Ezra 10 and 1. We're going to read from 1 to 3.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 10 and verse 1. And when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God,
right,
there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore.
So just to give you some background, and we'll go into it a little bit, but Ezra, you know, he saw that Israelites from the priests on down was marrying heathen women, which was against our laws, against our culture, to take heathen daughters unto our sons and to take and to give our daughters to heathen men. You know, it was against the culture of the Israelites. It was against our law, the Most High's law. You understand? But when Ezra saw this, he was very sad and grieved, man, and vexed. You understand? And a lot of people saw his vexation and came to him. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
And they all cried. They wept very sore. They cried because they knew the Lord was against them for this, because the heathen was now putting us into slavery. And they understood why. Go ahead.
And Shechaniah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, we have trespassed against our God.
Right. So it was a trespass. It was a trespass to do these things, to marry outside of Israel. Go ahead.
And have taken strange wives of the people of the land.
Right. Strange wives, meaning not holy wives, not wives, not our wives, wives of the 12 tribes. Go ahead.
Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing.
But now there's hope, because the Lord is sending the prophet to try to fix this error. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Now therefore, let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord,
right,
and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God.
Go ahead. And
let it be done according to the law.
Damn right. So now let's explain that even more. Let's go back. Let's go to Ezra 9 and 1.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1.
No sweat, no sweat. Like the Lord, man, the Lord wanted the wives put away and the children that came from them. And the children that came from them. Go ahead.
Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me.
And these things are still talking about, us going into captivity as a punishment from the Most High because we were taking strange women or the heathens that lived around us. Go ahead.
The people of Israel and the priests and the Levites
Go ahead.
Have not separated themselves from the people of the lands.
So they didn't separate themselves. They weren't holy. They weren't holy, because if they was holy, they would have separated themselves. That's what it is to be holy. Go ahead.
Right. Doing according to their abominations.
Right. And it was an abomination. It's an abomination to lay down with a white man or woman, a Chinese man or woman, an Arab man and woman. It's an abomination to lay down with an African man or woman, man, according to the Bible. Go ahead.
Right. Even of the
Canaanites, which is an African Hamite family. Go ahead.
The Hittites.
So are the Hittites. Go ahead.
The Perizzites.
Go ahead.
The Jebusites.
Uh-huh.
The Ammonites.
Ammonites are the Japanese family. Go ahead.
The Moabites.
Moabites is the Chinese families. Go ahead.
The Egyptians.
The Egyptians is one tribe of the African Hamite families. Go ahead.
And the Amorites.
Right. So these different nations, these are all heathens. These are all heathens. And the Lord said, it's an abomination to get with them. It said the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves, and they are doing according to abominations, man, by taking the women of these heathens here. Hold that. I'm going to come back to 9. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 2.
Come.
I'm going to come back to Ezra 9. Deuteronomy 7 and 2, man. You understand? These are laws, man. And the prophets, sometimes when they saw Israel go off, it was hurtful, man, because they knew now the Lord is coming against us. This is why these heathen are beating us. This is why these heathens are terrorizing us. The Lord is allowing them to do it because of our abominations, man, our sins and transgressions. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them.
Right.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
So when the Lord deliver us and we around heathens, man, the Lord first said we're going to conquer them and we're going to destroy them, man, especially when we went to claim our homeland back. We got rid of the heathens that were in there, the Canaanites, from out of our homeland. The Lord said, don't make a covenant with them. Don't show them no mercy. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Read that again.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
So now you understand why Ezra was so hurt. And you understand why the people wept sore with Ezra. Because they realized why they were going into slavery now, into captivity. Because the Lord said not to make marriages with these heathens. Read.
Come. No, thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Right, like these heathen men should not be laying down with our daughters, man. Like a father give away his daughter to a man for marriage, we wasn't supposed to give her to heathens. Read.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
And we wasn't supposed to accept them heathens giving their daughters to us to give to our sons. The Lord didn't want us mixing with them. Read.
Okay. Verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Right. You see that, right? See what the Lord said? We ain't supposed to do that. Go back to Ezra 9 and start at the second verse.
Okay.
So we read the first verse where the Lord said dealing with these heathens is abominations, man. Second verse.
Okay. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves.
See that? Direct violation, man, of what the Most High said. Direct violation. Go ahead.
And for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
Salakia. Brother, that's a question, young man Charles. He said, would the 144,000 be only the men of the ISUBK? Most certainly. Most certainly. And they're only men. The 144,000 is all men. All men of the ISUBK, they're going to be the government. The government that's going to rule Israel under Christ when he gets back. You understand? So there's no women in the 144,000. But after the 144,000, there's going to be other brothers, the women, the children, all Israel. That makes it through. They're going to enjoy that kingdom also. They're going to be the least of us. You understand? The least of us going to be like a great king on this earth. You understand? Salaki for cutting you off, I bad. Read that again.
Okay. This is the book of Ezra, the 9 and verse 2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves, and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
You hear that? Our holy seed, man, our separate seed, only made for us and each other, have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Go ahead.
Yea, the hand of the princes and the rulers have been chief in this trespass.
Yes, the hand. Read that again.
The hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in this trespass.
Meaning they doing it the most, man. The ones in charge is doing it the most. That's why people are following them and doing the same damn evil. Because you look up at your leaders and say, well, if our leaders do it, these are our priests and our rulers. If they doing it, I guess it's all right now. You understand? Once again, when the blind lead the blind, they both fall in a ditch.
Right.
Read.
Verse 3. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle.
Right.
And plucked off the hair of my head.
Yeah, go ahead.
And of my beard, and sat down a stone.
Right. Like he was bewildered, man. He was going through it, man. He rent his garment. You understand? He rent his garment. He plucked off the hair of his head, man. That's agony. That's mourning in Israel. You understand? Now to answer your question, basically, brother, you see all the hell that we going through because we got with these heathen women, and Ezra did the right thing when he said to put them away and to get rid of them. That was the law. You understand? That was the law. He did the right thing. The Most High was angry with Israel for being with these strange women and having these children through mingled seed, man, mixing our royal seed with these heathen boxes. Yuck. You understand? But of course, now we under the time of grace. I hope everybody understands that. We under the time of grace now. Our king died so that we can all get back. Once again, once upon a time, if you had an ailment in your testicles, in the stones, the Bible calls it, you can't come among the congregation. If you had a flat nose, a cleft lip, and all that there, those different things, you couldn't come amongst the congregation. If you had mixed parents, if your mother was a heathen, you couldn't come amongst the congregation. Ezra showing you that. But through the grace of Christ, now we all get to come back, man, and be renewed. We get to be renewed. Or once again, like I said earlier, none of us are being the truth because we miss Passover. We've all committed adultery. You understand? We've all done horrible things. You understand? We are accepted because of that sacrifice that our king made. You understand? By sacrificing himself, who was perfect. He was perfect. He was sinless and without blemish. You understand? He was better than the best of our flocks that the Lord accepted. He accepted him. Our king was way better than anything we could have sacrificed, man. You understand? And so now we got a second shot. Now, if you got a heathen mother, you can still come into the truth, man, and be strong as hell and be a warrior for the Most High. Now, if you got other problems that once upon a time would have forbid you from coming into the congregation, now you can still come into the truth and be strong and be a warrior, man. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Because without that grace, without that mercy, we was done. We was all done. You understand? How the things I did alone, you understand? I would not be allowed amongst the congregation. You understand? So Give me Hebrews 7 and 22.
Okay.
Hebrews 7 and 22. So we all better thank Yahushua for what he did, man. We all better thank him for that sacrifice he made, because he didn't deserve it. We deserved it. But for his love for us and his love for this nation and wanting us to come back home and wanting the Father to accept us again, he went on and walked that walk, man. He walked a walk that nobody else could do. They tell you a search was made, man, in the heavens, the earth, and under the earth for somebody who could do what Christ did, and nobody was found. And John started to cry. And then the angel told John to weep not. It's in the book of Revelations, 5th chapter, I believe. The angel told John to weep not, for behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah hath prevailed to loose them seals and give us life again.
Right.
Most High had the book of life in his hand, and it was closed shut, and nobody could open it. But when Christ was found worthy to walk this earth perfect and teach what he taught, and then die perfect, he had the authority to open them seals of that book of life out of the hand of the Most High and give us another chance. The water to him, you understand? The water to him, and I can't wait, Lord willing, if I'm found worthy, if the Lord have enough mercy, I get to drink that wine with Yahushua in the kingdom, man. And he waiting to drink with all his brothers. You understand? Right. So go ahead, read it.
Okay. But of course, I got plugging the cord into the PC. It's running low.
Okay, no sweat, no sweat. So give everybody a second to plug in the PC. You understand? We're gonna go to we going to Hebrews 7 and 22. You understand? The book of Hebrews. You understand? Like, it's a wonderful thing to know that we ain't gotta be condemned from our past anymore. You understand? We ain't gotta be condemned. I know you knew she had a husband and you still went there, right? That's your past now. That's what being born again means. You come into the ISUPK, you come into the truth and learn what you did wrong and learn how to make it right and start to walk that walk after Christ. Now you're born again now. The Lord said he winked at our time of ignorance. You understand? So now we can come and get all the benefits of being a child of the Most High again and forget about your past, because that was nailed to the cross with our King. When they murdered him, they murdered our sins. They got rid of it. You understand? And just like he rose again, we rise again as new men and women in the truth, man, showing the Lord that we worthy. You good, Ibad?
Okay.
No sweat. Read.
This book of Hebrews, 7 and verse 22. By so much was Jesus made a surety of a better testament.
Like the New Testament is better than the Old Testament because, and listen, that don't change nothing in the Old Testament. All those laws and statutes and commandments, they are still valid. But our King made the New Testament better because now ain't no faking the funk now. Now, because you rich and you got animals, the best of animals, now you can't just go take them to the priest and pretend like you changing and you repenting and you sorry for your mistakes and your sins. Now your heart and your spirit got to be circumcised now. Now you got to go before the Most High in the spirit of our King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. And the Most High going to know if you faking the funk or not.
Right.
Ain't no faking the funk now. He's the sacrifice. Walking like our King walk, obeying our King. That's the new sacrifice. You understand? He's the better testament because he gives us a conscience to following those laws of the Most High now. Before it was just following the laws. Oh, if I mess up, sacrifice. But it don't stop you from messing up. Now through Christ teaching us and giving us a conscience toward these laws and why it's important now, it's like, oh my God, I can't go back. I can't go mess these laws up. It's like you got a car, you got a new car, and you driving fast and not following no laws, getting all type of tickets, and you rack up so many tickets till they finally catch you. They take your car. They telling you owe a king's ransom to get your car back, and you owe so much money you got to do jail time, right? And so now you go to court, and some brother stand up and say, Your Honor, I want you to set this man free. I'm going to pay off all his fines. I'm going to pay that king's ransom, and I'm going to do his time in jail for him. Let him go free. I'll do his time. I'll pay his fines. I'll clear his debt, and he go free. And now you go free, and you walk out of the courtroom knowing that this man has paid a ton of money to get your license back, to get your car back, to get your insurance back on, and he's doing jail time while you walking free. You know he's in there behind bars. What are you not going to do anymore? I buy.
Speed. I go.
Yeah, like you get in that car now, you got a conscience. Now it's like it'd be a horrible thing if I speed again and get another ticket, knowing that man is in prison right now, knowing he done paid all my fines. It would be horrible for me to go break these laws and get more tickets. I ain't doing that no more. I'm on the straight and narrow now. That's what Christ did for us. He gave us a conscience to following the law and obeying the Most High. You understand? So go ahead, read.
Okay. This is the book of Hebrews, the 7th and verse 22. By so much was Jesus made a surety of a better testament. Verse 23. And they truly were many priests, because they were not suffered to continue by reason of death.
Right. Why? How come there were so many priests throughout history? Because priests were men, and they died eventually, and you had to appoint new priests. You understand? They weren't suffered to continue forever. You understand? Because of death. Go ahead.
Verse 24. But this man, because he continued ever.
Because now our king, that's the man they talking about, Yahushua, Jesus Christ, because he continued forever. Go ahead.
Had an unchangeable priesthood.
Like he's the high priest forever now. Ain't no change in that. He's the high priest. He's the King of kings and Lord of lords forever. Excuse me. Forever. Read.
Verse 25. Wherefore he is able also to save them to the utmost that come into God by him.
So now that's important. You got to come to the Most High by him.
Right.
Like he said, no man cometh unto the Father but by me. You have to come to the Most High by him. And if you do that, it say he is able to save to the uttermost. To the uttermost. Go ahead.
Seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them.
And since he left this earth, he's been making intercession for us, pleading to the Most High to forgive us, be patient with us, forgive that error. I know he made a mistake, Lord. Christ is up there pleading for us, man, ever since he left. Go ahead.
Verse 26. For such an high priest became us.
He became us, meaning it was good for us. We needed a high priest like that. Read.
Who is holy.
He is holy. He is separate. He ain't taking on strange women and doing abominable things. Go ahead. Harmless. Go ahead. He's not a murderer. He's not a terrorist. He don't harm Israelites. He's the perfect brother. Go ahead. Undefiled. Go ahead.
Separate from sinners.
Right. Go ahead.
And made higher than the heavens.
And made higher from the heavens because of what he did, man. The sacrifice that he did. He's above all the angels, man. Go ahead.
Verse 27. Who needeth not daily as those high priests.
Like the high priests on earth, they needed to make sacrifices daily. Christ don't have to make sacrifices daily. The high priests, they had to go daily into the temple and make sacrifices. Read.
To offer up sacrifice. First for his own sins.
Like the priests were men, so they sinned and made mistakes. So when they sacrificed, they had to sacrifice for themselves. Read.
And then for the peoples.
And then they had to sacrifice for the people of Israel. Go ahead.
For this he did once.
Right? Christ did that once. When Christ died and was sacrificed, he did that for us once. He ain't got to do it every day. He was perfect, the perfect sacrifice. Gave us the perfect grace, the perfect mercy. He did that once. He didn't have to come back and do it again and again and repent. He did it once, and that was strong enough to cover all of us. Go ahead.
When he offered up himself.
Damn right. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh. Give our king a hand. Most High in Christ. We appreciate him. You understand? And we're going to show him that we are faithful and loyal to him for what he did. We have a conscience. of what we did in the past that caused him to have to go through what he went through, man. And we ain't doing it again. We ain't speeding no more. We ain't getting no more damn tickets because he did our time. He did our time and he paid our fees, man. So we good. You understand? Give me that story with I Don't Want Her in Jail with Whoopi Goldberg.
Come on.
Got a few good stories here. So that should have answered your question, Cat.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
I Don't Want Her in Jail.
Uh-huh.
Whoopi Goldberg wants Emmett Till accuser to admit what she did.
Go ahead.
But not face any jail time for false accusations against slain teens.
You hear that? You hear that? Whoopi, like most black people, we so merciful, man. We so merciful. I show you we a whole different breed from them because Jewish people, they went out and they still got hunting parties, hunting down old ass Nazis who put them in concentration camps many years ago. They made a movie about it, man. They hunted down those old Nazis and found them old as hell doing whatever they do. And they put a lot of them to death, man, and punished them for what they did a long time ago with their so-called Holocaust. You understand? White people, they know vengeance. And they gets their vengeance, man. But black people, because we're the children of a God and he's so merciful, there's nobody more merciful than us. What she did to Emmett Till, you know what I'm saying? She should go to prison right now. She should lose her life, a life for a life. You understand? Right. For her lies. She should, her life caused him to die. She should forfeit her life. She should forfeit her life. That's justice. You understand? That's justice. So I understand what Whoopi is saying because we the most merciful people on earth, man. But the Christian church has made us misplace our mercy, man.
Right.
You understand? This white woman should pay. She should. She get to walk around free and make money and write damn books. You understand? Read the story.
Come. Award-winning actress Whoopi Goldberg, one of the producers behind a film depicting the lynching of Emmett Till, a black teenager who was killed in 1955 for flirting with a white woman, says it is surreal that his accuser has never been jailed.
Right, like it came out that she lied. She lied like all you Karens have been doing, even during slavery, man. Even during slavery, you lie on us and say different things and get us lynched and get us murdered. You understand? And have your white counterparts, the males of your race, you understand, have them get their tiki torches and burn down our businesses and burn down everything because you lie. Because you lie. You've always done this to us. Way before Emmett Till, you've been doing this since slavery. Since slavery. And you're still doing it now in 2022. In 2022, you still goddamn lying. So Whoopi Goldberg, I understand. She's an Israelite. She's full of mercy. But no, that mercy goes to Israelites, man. That mercy goes to Israelites. This white woman should pay. Go ahead.
Goldberg told Page 6 she wants Carolyn Bryant Dunham to admit what she did. Carolyn Bryant Dunham to admit what she did.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't necessarily want her to be in prison.
Look, why? Because our people, we know what prison is, man. Our family members have been in prison. We know prison is a horrible, horrible place that don't fix nothing, man. We know that the white man's form of justice don't help nobody. It's just to punish us. It's just to punish us. So Whoopi is commenting off of that mind frame. Like all prison do is destroy families and hurt us. So her and her mercy and her care, being an Israelite, you know, she don't want to destroy the family of this old hag who lied on our brother and got him murdered. The hell with that hag, man. I'm not so merciful. I'm not so forgiving. You understand? I save all my mercy and forgiveness for my Israelites, my people, man.
Right.
You understand? You step on my toes, you harm me, you offend me, we're going to work it out and be brothers afterward. We're going to work it out and be sisters afterward. You know what I'm saying? I got all the mercy in the world for my brother and my sister. You understand? I got no mercy for the heathen. You understand?
Right.
I'll have mercy for the heathen in the kingdom. When we get our kingdom, then I'll have mercy on them. I'll feed them. I'll put nice, pretty collars around their necks with gold. I'll get gold leashes. I'll dress my heathens up, man. I'm going to take care of my heathens, man, who work for me. I'm going to dress them up real nice, man. You know what I'm saying? Put real nice boots that people going to see my heathen slaves and think they the kings. Like, ooh, how art your majesty? They're going to say, no, 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 no. I'm just a humble servant. You understand? Because I'm going to dress my kings up, my heathen slaves up so nice in the kingdom. You understand? So that's what they're going to get. You understand? I'm gonna dress them up. You understand? A lot of brothers say, man, I'm gonna feed my heathen slaves chicken beaks and chicken feet or chicken nails, and they're gonna do horrible things to them. Listen, in the kingdom, listen, I'm a, you know, I don't know what heathen I'm gonna have, you know, close by, but I'm gonna dress them. I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna show some mercy on them. You understand? Oh yeah, of course. I know, Sawap. I feel you, brother. I feel you. And they gonna suffer. They got a whole lot of suffering to do, about 1,000 years. And then the Edomite nation gonna be getting rid of. He gonna be off the earth after that 1,000 years. Well, listen, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna have slaves, and I'm gonna dress some of mine up. We're gonna have Olympics. I tell brothers all the time, man. We're gonna have games and make them do all like they got us on the football field and the boxing field and the boxing ring, and entertaining them and all that. They're gonna entertain us. I'm gonna have the races where I told brothers this years ago, with you're gonna tar and feather them, huh? Most High in Christ. Listen, I'm gonna have a field, a big long field with stadiums, and people gonna sit in their seats, all Israel gonna watch, and I'm gonna have a group of heathens, right? At the end of this field, I'm gonna have buckets. I'm gonna tell them, listen, I'm gonna set all of your hair on fire. I'm gonna set you on fire, right? And then when I say go, when the horn blows, y'all gonna race to those buckets at the end of this field. I'm gonna tell them these buckets are full of water. So the first one get to those buckets and put your hair out, you'll be good. You understand? And then when the horn is blown, they're gonna take off running to put that hair out because they're gonna be on fire. And when they get to that bucket of water, they're gonna douse their heads in the water, but it ain't gonna be water, it's gonna be gasoline. Kablooey. Kablooey, you understand? Scripture say we're going to meditate terror, man. We're going to meditate terror on them. So they're going to have their day. It's good. They're going to go to court. They're going to be held accountable, like the book of Psalms say. They're going to be chained up and arrested, and all their secrets and all the evil that they've done to us is going to come out. You understand? It's going to come out. But listen, we also going to have fun with them, and they're going to entertain us, man. It's going to be a wonderful time. We're going to drink wine and laugh. We're going to drink. The winner going to swear he got it. He going to bloof. He going to go up in a puff of smoke, and we're going to laugh and drink the good whiskey, the good new wine, and the new cognac, and the new bourbon, whiskey. You know what I'm saying? We're going to enjoy ourselves, man. It's going to be a wonderful day. You understand? And so now, with that being said, what scripture? Where was I at? Ibad. The Goldberg. Go ahead. Read some more. So I understand her mercy. You understand? But no, it's misplaced right now. We got time for that. That's what we tell people all the time. We're not in a season. Scripture say there's a season for all things. There's a time for war, a time for peace. There's a time to love and a time to hate. We ain't in the time of love right now. We in the time to love each other. But as far as the heathen, we ain't in that time. You can love them in the kingdom, man. Do what you want with them. Go ahead and read.
Donham, now 88, was 21 when she accused Emmett of grabbing her arm.
This old hag was 88, and lied on his brother for no reason, knowing what was going to happen. Go ahead.
And making a pass at her while she was working at a family store.
Lying, saying he grabbed the arm and made a pass at her. Go ahead.
Recent reports show she is in hospice care and suffering from cancer.
Man, nobody cares about none of that. They wait all this time. And that's the thing with white people, that white privilege, man. You don't find out their dirt till decades and decades later, man. When they done lived a good, full life. Even these police, look, even this judge recently got in trouble for pulling a gun out in the courtroom on a brother, right? This happened in 2015. He just got in trouble for it, and not because of nothing. Nobody reported him, but he kept bragging about it. He was bragging about it all these years and talking about it, and finally talked about it to the wrong people, man. You understand? They get away with everything. You understand? So that's it on Whoopi. That's all. I just wanted to bring that out. You understand? Her love and her mercy is misplaced. That old hag, she should pay for what she on hospice. Take off the goddamn machine. Pull the damn plug. Hell, lynch her.
Right.
Drown her in some goddamn water.
Right.
What they say? She got 6 months, huh? Nope. She got a day. Because tomorrow at noon, high noon, it's happening. We're going to beat her to a pulp and then stuff her in the goddamn waters till her face swell up. Till her body and face swell up. That's justice. Then Emmett Till's family could have some peace, man, out of losing their boy all these years, man. That's justice. Get this next story about Putin.
Okay.
Y'all know we in the last days, right? Y'all know we in the last days. Y'all better hold on, man. You understand? Putin flexing. You understand? America trying to flex in their flex. You understand? And all the other side players just standing by waiting. China waiting. China is friends with Russia, man. Although they do business in America. Hell, Russia do business in America too. And you know, that don't stop them from being at war with each other. They don't stop them from hating each other. Iran and them Arabs, you understand? They all back Russia up when the sugar honey iced tea hits the fan. You understand? Right. And of course, America got its allies, Britain, France, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, all the allies, they'll all come together. We're getting closer and closer to this last world war. Go ahead.
Putin signs annexation of Ukrainian regions as losses mount.
Right. So they say the Ukrainians have taken back some of their land, but a lot of their land that Russia has gained, they annexed it, meaning they have officially declared those lands as parts of Russia. They are not Ukraine anymore. They are now Russian lands. You understand? And the rules are, if Ukraine go to war on Russian land, Russia could step the whole war up, nuke them, and do all type of things to them, man. You understand? The heathen got rules for war. You understand? They got rules where you can't do certain things unless this happens. You can't do this unless that happens. And Putin been talking about it because he know America is saying that they're not going to honor or respect his annexation of the Ukrainian lands. He know America saying that we still going to look at those lands as Ukraine. And so now he's saying you can look at it as Ukraine if you want to, but if Ukraine steps on that land again and does something against that land, they didn't invaded Russia. Now it's on. Now it's on. And because America just sent another, I think, 600 million to Ukraine, and Russia said, "Listen, y'all keep funding Ukraine, and they using those weapons to back us up, you know, and make us have to gather our soldiers. You in direct conflict with us." Russia telling them, Putin saying, "Now y'all directly trying to be at war with us. Now we're gonna treat it like we directly at war with you." Russia saying a bunch of big things, and America, of course. They saying they're going to be ready. They're going to be ready. And knowing America, they are the heathen. They are the devil. I'm sure they didn't got tactical groups already looking to get in Russia, probably under the water right now, trying to sneak up into Russia and sneak up into Ukraine and disable that. I'm sure they've been in Russia. They've been in Ukraine for sure, helping the Ukrainians fight. But I know they got secret ops teams trying to sneak all up in Russia. Spies they had all up in Russia already. I'm sure they didn't activate it. America never waits. They never wait till somebody attacks them. They take the first step. If you're a threat, they'll take the first step. You understand? So go ahead, read.
Okay. Russian President Vladimir Putin signed laws that claim 4 regions of Ukraine as Russian territory, while his country's military struggled Wednesday to control the illegally annexed areas.
Right. It's illegal, just meaning America doesn't approve. That's all. The difference between legal and illegal. Legal is anything America says is okay. That's when you're legal. And they
Right.
deem anything that they don't approve of illegal. Not necessarily saying that it's wrong. There's a lot of things that's illegal in America that's not exactly wrong. You understand? But because they say they don't approve of it, it's illegal. And we are to, as Israelites, we are to obey the laws of the land. You understand? So we are not to break America's laws. Read.
The documents finalizing the annexation carried out in violation of international laws were published on a Russian government website.
Mm-hmm.
In a defiant move, the Kremlin held the door open for further land grabs in Ukraine. Speaking in a conference call with reporters, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said that certain territories will be reclaimed.
Right.
It will be
like, once again, he ain't doing nothing wrong. All those lands used to be Russian lands. All those lands used to be Russia, the USSR, the Soviet Union. Putin just taking it back, man. Because what happened, they lost the war, World War II, and when you lose a war, you got to sign all, the heathen make you sign all type of documents. This is our land now. We taking this now. Now they got to live right over there next to a land that used to be theirs, you understand, with the Ukrainians, who are Russians, they brothers. The Ukrainians are no different from Russians, they brothers. It's just that the Ukrainians accept America and their democracy, and Russia don't want America right there on their doorstep. So they got to move on Ukraine before America gets strong enough over there to that land mess around and be Americans. You understand? Right on their doorstep. You understand? Read.
And we will keep consulting residents who would be eager to embrace Russia.
Con. So now, that's it on the story. Go to Revelation 13 and 11, man. We super close, man. We super close to the end.
Okay. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Like, this is definitely not the time to put up your sword, man, or lay it down. This is definitely not the time to go experimenting in the world and trying to be half a Christian. We ain't in that time, man. We close. Go ahead.
Okay. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth.
With Slakia. I think Romans.
Romans
13 and 11. No sweat.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And that, knowing the time.
Right. Knowing what time? The time we living in right now. You know what time we in? Hell. You see all the rumors of wars and rumors of wars that Christ talked about in Matthew when the disciples asked him, when are we going to know when you're about to return? When is going to be the sign of your coming? He said things would happen that we live in right now. Wars and rumors of wars. One nation against another nation, man. One kingdom against another kingdom. It's happening right now. Go ahead. And that knowing the time.
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right now is high time to awake out of your sleep, black man. What's the sleep we in? That's sleep of the Christian church. That's sleep that we all can get along. That's sleep that America can be a better place. That's sleep that the people that hurt us and terrorize us, they can change. All we got to do is keep voting and marching, and it'll just change their hearts and make them sweet to us. Wake up out of that goddamn sleep, because that's what it is. That's what it is. You're having a nightmare and don't even know it. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Because now is our salvation, our freedom is nearer than we believe. We are very close. We are very close. Is that the end of 11? Come, give me Revelation 11 and 14. Revelation 11 and 14. The Lord said our salvation, man, is nearer than we believe. Our salvation and our freedom goes hand in hand with the destruction of this place, man. The destruction of this place goes hand in hand with our freedom. They told you that in Matthew. The disciples said, you see all these buildings? They were showing them the buildings, man. And Christ said, do you see these buildings? There won't be left one stone upon another. when I come back. I'm paraphrasing. Christ was telling them about the destruction. And then the disciples said, when we going to know, what is the signs of your coming? So they knew that the destruction that's going to knock all them buildings down, where one stone won't be upon another, they knew that was the second coming of Christ and the deliverance of Israel. They knew that. And we know that in these last days in the ISUPK. You understand? You damn right. So may the destruction come this very moment. Let it come yesterday. Let it come tomorrow, tonight. You understand? But, the Lord might have plans. He might have some soldiers that still need to come on through. You understand? Some sisters that need to come on through. So, Lord's will be done. But boy, I pray that I'm ready to go. We all ready to go. Read.
This book of Revelation, 11, verse 14. The second woe is past.
That woe is talking about war, destruction. The second woe is past. Had the First World War and the Second World War is past. Go ahead.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
John had a vision, and the Lord showed him that the third world war, the third destruction, is coming quickly, man. It's coming quickly. Christ said, I'm coming like a thief in the night, man. You don't know when the thief coming. That's why you wait till nighttime. You sleep, you off guard, and he's sneaking in, man. That's how Christ's coming. We ain't going to be ready. But let's pray for the Lord's mercy when he comes. You understand? Right. So that's that on that. You understand? We in the last days. Let's get it together, brothers and sisters.
Right.
We in the Day of Atonement. Let's get it together. You understand? Give me that story, man, about these more racist bastards.
Okay.
The husbands of the Karens. I'm sick of these black bastards story.
Okay.
Let me pull it up too, because it's a video I might try to play.
I got it, sir.
Okay, no sweat. Give me 1 second, bud.
Okay.
No problem. All right, go ahead.
I'm sick of these black bastards. North Carolina sheriff investigated after audio leak of a racially charged phone call.
Right. Go ahead.
Audio of a white sheriff threatening to fire his black bastard staff members have been made public.
Like this devil, he threatened. He said, I'm going to fire all those black bastards on my staff. Go ahead.
Now the State Bureau of Investigation have confirmed an investigation has been launched looking into his conduct.
Go ahead. So they're investigating him. Go ahead.
On Monday, September 26th, WECT revealed it received a recording of a fiery 2019 conversation between Columbus County Sheriff Jody Green and then Captain Jason Souls about his African American staffers that he believed leaked information to his political opponent about his eligibility to serve as top cop in the town.
Right. Go ahead.
Green called his employees snitches as he ranted about feeling betrayed and wanting to clean house.
Okay.
Come on. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these black bastards. The chef is caught telling Souls, I'm going to clean house and be done with it. And we'll start from there.
No sweat. No sweat. Let me try to get this video.
Come on.
Oh, matter of fact, are you able to play it on your side? I don't see the. I might have to remove this first. No, that ain't work. But I don't see the share right now.
What you share?
Share screen.
Oh, wait, mine or yours?
Mine. I don't see it on my side.
I think I might got to just take mine off.
Okay, is that what it is? Okay, go ahead. Present.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's present. That's the share screen. So.
Okay. It changed? Okay, no, I got it. All right, so boom, let me get this. Listen to this devil 1 second. Hey, Bob, I'm gonna call you in a second, all right? Just so I can hear it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, everybody. All right. Share the screen.
Stop. Tomorrow's gonna be a huge day. I'm still the motherfucker, and
You might have to back it up a little.
It gets worse. After the sheriff explains that he's getting phone records from Verizon to trace anyone in his office who's called Campbell or Hatcher, he lets Souls know the plan.
Melvin Campbell's the biggest snake in Louis that you ever heard to be. Every black that I know, you can find him to start with, he's a snake.
Former Sergeant Melvin Campbell said he was so surprised when he heard this recording of the sheriff talking like this about him, he had to.
And this cat claimed he's surprised, right? He's so surprised because he's Christian. And Christians don't believe white people are as evil as they are. They don't believe that same white man sitting at your job smiling at you every day will talk all type of heinous mess about you behind your back. That's because of that damn Christian church.
Listen to it twice. Before taking the job at the sheriff's office, Campbell, who received the Order of the Longleaf Pine from the governor, spent 30 years as a highway patrol officer under Jody Green's supervision.
And I worked with him, and it kind of shocked me. You know what I mean? That came out of his mouth. I thought we was friends. But with friends like that, who needs enemies?
In the months that followed, the
He
only
said with friends like that, who needs enemies, man? And right, so why be their friend? But the problem is he gonna substitute him with another white person, thinking this one is a good one. You understand? Until they show him they're not.
2 black members of Sheriff Green's command staff were demoted or fired. Soul says ever since making that recording, he's been working to bring it to the attention of county commissioners, court officials, the attorney general, and the SBI over concerns that the county's most powerful law enforcement leader had a bias against black people.
I was told to just keep
Right, the most powerful law enforcement agent in that city hates black people. That ain't nothing new to us, though. That ain't nothing new to us. But this white man running for office, he trying to expose him, of course, for his own agenda. It ain't like he loves black people. The guy named Soul, he's running for office. He wants to take over as sheriff. So he going against this guy, trying to report him to everybody, even the FBI. And when you read and when you listen on, nothing has happened to this guy yet.
keep documenting everything that happens so that we would have a paper trail of it. And we did.
But Souls said no matter who he and his supporters turned to, nothing happened. Souls is now running against Green for sheriff and doesn't want people to think his actions are politically motivated. But he's
like nothing happened. Nothing happened, man. He didn't win against everybody. Listen to this devil again, what he said.
Tomorrow's gonna be a new day. I'm still the stop.
He said it stops.
Tomorrow's gonna be a new day.
He said tomorrow gonna be a new fucking day.
Still the mother sheriff, and when I'll go there and find my God, get black bastards.
You hear that? He said, I'm still the motherfucking sheriff. And I'll go up. What he said? I'll go up and fire every goddamn. You couldn't hear what he said. Then he said, F them black bastards. Probably said niggas. Every goddamn nigga. F them black bastards is what he said.
It gets worse. After the sheriff explains that he's
So this is what we dealing with, man. This is what we dealing with, Ibad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, how do I remove this? All right. This is what we dealing with, man. This is what we dealing with. And yes, may the Christian church be destroyed, along with the Muslim mosque, along with the Jewish temple, along with the all the religions of this earth. You understand? let them all be destroyed. You understand? Salaki, what's next? I'm gonna hang this up now, all right?
Oh, come.
What's the next story on your list?
Come. Checking it now, sir.
I got varsity football.
Varsity football, come.
Just what time is it? Go skip that. Skip the football. See what happened in football. It was some old racist, some racist varsity football. I believe in California, they had a whole slave auction with a few of their black players. They simulated a slave auction, selling them for dollars, and so they got in trouble. And the school suspended the football team for the rest of the year. So they're not, their season is done. You understand? But this story, go to the one, the cornerstone speech. Wood teaching the cornerstone speech.
Come.
This is a good one. Do I have to get rid of mine for you to?
No, sir.
Okay.
Cornerstone speech. The cornerstone speech.
Let me see. Is that it? Not that. Not yet. This is second. Get the other one first.
Come.
But I'm gonna come right to that to explain the cornerstone.
Come. Would teaching the cornerstone speech be considered critical race theory?
Right. So we're teaching about what the cornerstone speech is. That you can get that now. I'll get that, and I'm gonna come right back to this one you're on now. The cornerstone speech is just teaching the truth about American history. And so the question is, would teaching the truth about American history, would these devils consider that critical race theory and ban the truth from out of their schools, which they're already doing. They're doing it right now because this is a country of hypocrites. This is a country of total hypocrisy. You understand? It's supposed to be a land of laws, yet they only enforce the laws on us. You understand? A lot of things that this country is supposed to stand for, the people that make up these rules and laws, they break them all the time. You understand? And so now when you bring up their history, their past, they don't want to say, no, you can't teach about our true history. No, they say that's critical race theory, a term they done made up to get white people all riled up because they teach each other that critical race theory makes white people hate being white. It causes white guilt and all that there. Read the cornerstone thing that you had before.
Okay. Cornerstone speech.
Listen to this.
The cornerstone speech, also known as the cornerstone address, was an oration given by
which was the speech. Oration is just a speech. Go ahead.
Was an oration given by Alexander H. Stephens, Vice President of the Confederate States of America.
Right. He was the Vice President of the Confederacy who fought against the North, the Union. Go ahead.
At the Athenaeum in Savannah, Georgia, on March 21st, 1861, the speech delivered exemplariously a few weeks before the Civil War began with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter.
So before the Confederate War began, he delivered this speech. Go ahead.
Defended slavery.
It defended slavery. This speech, it defended slavery. Said, we ain't letting our niggers go. We ain't letting our slaves go. To hell with them people up north. We ain't freeing them. We'd rather die. And they went to war. Go ahead.
Defended slavery as a fundamental and just result of
they said slavery was fundamental, meaning it is necessary. How else we gonna get rich? Who else gonna pick our cotton? Who else gonna do all this hard laborious work so we can get rich and wealthy? Slavery is fundamental, they said. And it's a just result, meaning it's right, it's righteous. In their mind, slavery is a righteous result of what?
And just result of the supposed inferiority of the black race.
Because black people, them niggas is inferior to us. They beneath us. White power. They beneath us. So putting them in slavery is fundamental and it's just, meaning it's righteous. Why? Because they serve a God too named Satan. Satan is their God. And Satan's job is to put them against us when the Lord allows it. That's his job. You understand? And so these people, being the physical counterparts of the spiritual Satan demon, putting us in slavery is right according to their agenda. It's righteous and it's necessary. Because why? To them, we are inferior to them. We're inferior to them. But of course, we in the ISUPK, we know better.
Right.
We got the word of God,
Right.
who said that they are inferior to us.
Right.
That's what God said. God created us and them. So he would know who's really inferior.
Right.
And God said that we Israelites, 12 tribes, Negroes, Hispanics, Native American Indians, are above all people on this earth, man. That's
Right.
from the words of the prophet, straight from God. You understand? So we know who's really inferior, but these hillbillies, these bubbas, you understand, these devils who do have the power right now, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, they teach their people that we are the inferior ones. I just watched a Mormon video that I ain't seen in years. Jennifer Hyman found it for me and sent it to me, where they said there was a war in heaven. The angels, the Lord, the God was sending the angels. It said first Satan and Christ were brothers in heaven, like Cain and Abel. Gave them the Cain and Abel story. You understand? And God was going to send them to earth in the flesh. You understand? But Christ in charge. But Satan didn't like it, so Satan got a bunch of angels together, and they grew little horns, and Satan became Satan, and all the angels that was down with the rebellion became demons. You understand? And they went to earth and was cursed to never have a bodily form in the earth. They just demon spirits going around the earth. And in this video, and this is a Mormon video too. This is what Mormons believe. And they said, Christ, and it said the people who didn't join a side, because some angels said, I ain't taking no sides. I'm not joining Jesus Christ. I'm not joining Satan. I ain't taking no sides. They said those people were cursed with black skin. And that's the Mormon explanation of black people. We just stood on the side, said, I ain't gonna follow Jesus, and nor am I gonna follow Satan. And we was cursed with black skin, and here we go. You understand? And so that's the Mormon explanation to their children for black people. You understand? And this is how these people feel, man. These people feel that we are beneath them and we're horrible, and that they can treat us like dogs. That's why Black lives don't matter. That's why they can murder us and treat us how they treat us without a second thought, because in their heart of hearts, they believe that we are nothing to them. That's why the Bible said when they see us in our glory, you understand, they're going to say, this is the people who we had in derision. These great people are the people we've done all these things to. I'm paraphrasing. You understand? They're going to be shocked to see that those people who we always thought was inferior to them are actually the children of God. They are actually the kings of this earth. And I can't wait to see that day. I can't wait to see them faces on them. I can't wait to see it, man. It's going to be wonderful. So read on with the story, Salakia.
Explain the fundamental differences between the constitutions of the Confederate States and that of the United States.
So that's it on that. Go to that first one about the cornerstone. So this just explains how they feel about us. Here's what they really think about you. You understand? They believe that slavery and oppressing us and the way they treating us, even in 2022, they believe that it is fundamental. It is necessary. Now, they ain't supposed to say it, because now you got to be politically correct in this democracy. That's why Trump was a lot of white people feared Trump, because he was good, honest, hillbilly bubble boy. Honest in his actions, honest what he does, and the people that follow him, they just too honest to really have slavery. See, the Democrats and a lot of white people in America, they didn't learn how to be good slave masters. You understand? And they learn how to treat slaves and how to trick us and fool us and make us love them and join their Christian church. They are experts at it. But then you got Trump and his people. They come and they want to tell the truth, man, and show the real deal of how much they can't stand us. And that's a problem for America. And it's always been a problem for America. Go ahead.
Khan. So like I'm still pulling up, sir. So
okay, no sweat, no sweat. It should say would teaching the cornerstone speech.
Khan.
Is what the story starts with.
Oh, I see. Sorry, it was the first one.
Okay.
Khan. Would teaching the cornerstone speech be considered critical race theory?
Right. And once again, the cornerstone speech is just the truth, teaching the truth about how they feel about Black people, how they feel about Hispanics, the true American history and all the bloodshed that was shed to get this country, all the murder, the rape, the violence, the thievery that took place to get this country. You know, they chased Black farmers out of their farms. And if they didn't leave, they was murdered. So we had to run for our lives. And then white people, white Southerners, these same bubbas, took over our farms and got rich off of them to this day. To this day. They don't like the true history of America and how they got so great to be bought out. So they came up with a term that they could put on it to make white people fight against it. Go ahead.
Those that claim removing Confederate statues is erasing history labor diligently to erase the true history of American racism.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Come. Let's not mince words. There are groups that work in the United States that are dedicated to erasing the evidence of this country's racist history.
And they fighting like hard to get rid of it, man. To get rid of it, because it's slowly coming out. We finding out that we had cities that they flooded, that they broke the dams and let the water cover entire Black cities, man. And those cities remain underwater till this day in certain parts of America, man. Cities that are underwater called rivers now. You understand? The white man did that, man. The truth is coming out on how they fed our babies to the alligators and all the graveyards they got buildings sitting on right now in 2022. You understand? I got a book that's coming. I'm going to bring out a lot of history that goes into why Jeffrey Dahmer is how he is. You understand? And how Jeffrey Dahmer ain't nothing new. White people been doing that and eating us since the beginning, man. Thinking they're going to get power and get spirituality from eating us because we were the spiritual people. You understand? They made a movie about it, but of course the white man is the devil. He's slick. He switched the places. On the movie, District 9. In the movie, the people that are supposed to have been white people were the Africans. And the people that were supposed to be us were the aliens. And they were eating those aliens on the movie because that's what white people used to do to us. That's what they used to do to us. And you're right. Africans eat us too, man. But they probably get it from the white man. Who knows? You understand? But they all devoured us. Go ahead.
In fact, they want to expand racist institutions even as they deny they exist.
Right. They want to expand the same racist institutions that they saying don't even exist. You ask these politicians, I done seen them on CNN. No, I don't think we're a racist country. Oh no, racism doesn't exist anymore. It's over with. And we have to forget about the past. They say I'm politicians, boy. They talk good and sweet, man, and normal with no stress. You know they go to school for that, to learn how to lie. They go to school for that. You understand? And we as good, merciful folk, okay, he said he ain't no racist. I can't, and that's why Black people get on TV and say, well, I'm not calling him a racist. But what I'm saying is because they can't say he's a racist on national TV, knowing that he's a racist. But it's politically incorrect to say it. Go ahead.
It can be difficult to keep up with all the dishonest arguments that flood the media.
Okay. Go ahead.
Certain people claim removing Confederate statues amounts to erasing history.
Mm-hmm.
But then these cries dry up in the face of efforts made to ban books from school.
Right. Like they say, you know, y'all getting rid of history, getting rid of these Confederate statues and monuments. You can't erase history. Then when it comes to the books that tell the truth about their history, they all for that. Yeah. Let's get rid of those books. No, they shouldn't be in school. Why would they teach this? Why would they teach the truth and make our white children hate their people, hate their race? They all for that because this is a place of hypocrisy, man. Hypocrites. I'm a little over the time. Y'all bear with me a few more minutes. I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna go to the scriptures on it. Ibad. Give me Isaiah 32:6.
Okay.
So showing you that these people, they're not the people to trust, man. We got to stop putting our hope in these people. We in the last days, we know that. You understand? So let's stop trying to save these people with our people. Listen, to later for them. Later for them. We don't want their peace. We don't want them, man. Like the Apocrypha say and the book of Ezra say, seek not their peace, man. Ezra say, seek not their wealth or their peace. You understand? We fighting to live in mansions like them and to be on tier and be billionaires and millionaires like them. That's going to destroy us, man. That's going to destroy us. We seeking to get their love and their peace and have them love us and treat us fairly. That ain't going to never happen. You'll destroy yourself trying to get them to do that, man. You see what they think about you? Accept it. Now let's love each other. That's the answer. Let's love each other, man. The hell with them. Later for them, man. That sheriff said, F them black bastards. Look, F them white bastards, them Caucasian devils, man. Forget them. We got each other. We got the Most High in Christ. That's all we need. And we out of here soon, man. What you got?
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 6. For the vile person will speak villainy.
Right. The vile person will always speak villainy. They say it's fundamental for us to have them niggas in slavery. It's just to have them in slavery because they are inferior to us. They speak villainy. Go ahead.
And his heart will work iniquity.
Damn right. Go ahead.
To practice hypocrisy.
To practice what?
Hypocrisy.
He's a hypocrite. Everything he say is to benefit him. He'll change it tomorrow if it'll benefit him. That's why Lindsey Graham and all the rest of them politicians, they say one day they was hating Trump at one time, some of them speaking against Trump and all that. But when they saw Trump was still had influence and still had power, they just flipped it and they don't give a damn. And then when the news, the journalists play the tape back, but remember you said this? No, what I meant is this new thing that I'm saying. That's what I meant. They say it easy, like it makes sense. And then if you catch them on something, what do they say? They good for saying, I don't recall. I don't recall. That's something that they can't get in trouble for in court. They can't lie. Them not recalling is the lie because they recall every evil thing they did. But if they say they don't recall, you can't punish them for not remembering in American court. So they use that all the time because this place is a place of hypocrisy. Read that line again. To practice what?
To practice hypocrisy.
Go ahead.
And to utter error against the Lord.
And utter error against the Lord. We beneath them. Please. The Most High made y'all like dung, man. He made you he said he made you the vessels of wrath, fitted to be destroyed, man.
Right.
That's what you are. You are beneath us, Caucasian man. No matter what you call yourself, Jewish, American, Russian, Australian, whatever, French, German, Polish, Swedish, you are beneath us according to your creator. Go ahead.
Okay. And to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry.
To make empty the soul of the hungry, man. So you looking for answers? You hungry for knowledge? You hungry for education? This ain't the man to go to because he will make you hungry. He will make you hungry. He makes empty the soul of the hungry. Go ahead.
And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
You thirst for knowledge. You thirst for education. You thirst for peace. He ain't the one to go to. He ain't the one to go to because he causes the drink of the thirsty to fail. If you thirst and you hunger for righteousness, for peace, for a good life, for righteousness, this man, this called Esau, or the white man, or the Caucasian, he is not the one to go to, brothers and sisters.
Right.
Come to your people. Return. Come home to the ISUPK, man, and put your history back on. Put your culture back on. Put your laws back on and worship your God once again so we can get the hell out of America, man. So we can get the hell out of here and live good finally. Finally live free. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, brothers and sisters. The water y'all for hanging in, man. Tune in next week for another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. I'm Priest and General Mayaka Allah. I'm rolling with Priest and Officer Ibad Hayah, and we'll check y'all out next week.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohana's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us at the Sheridan in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.